Hello traders, and welcome back to the Avgo start to finish trade. I opened this trade a little under a month ago, about 3 weeks ago. You can, at the end of this video, look for that video where I opened this trade again on March 12th. And the reason I opened this trade, I opened it as a bullish trade and it's up nicely, but I'm going to make an adjustment here that's going to juice this trade. But let me give you a little bit of the background on this trade. So back here on March 12th, Avgo had been running in a very tight channel, very consistent channel here, making higher highs, higher lows. It came down, bounced off the bottom of this channel, which at the time made me think, okay, it's going to adhere to this channel. This channel is going to stay intact. It actually broke through the channel a day or two later, but not horrendously. And then it's rallied since and chopped sideways a little bit. So the bottom line is that the read here was largely correct, that Avgo shifted back into a bullish mode. And of course, I had on a bullish trade here. I had on a bullish vertical put spread that's going to profit as the market goes up. So this thing is virtually at its max profit right now. So a couple things. I could just easily come in, close this, take my 91% profit in 3 weeks, which would be a perfectly normal, logical thing to do. Or I could attempt to juice this trade if I had a sense that Avgo was likely going to stay in this probably 1450 to 1250 range, which 200-point range for another week and a half, I think that's probably likely. And again, I will stress that logical person, take the win and run. But some people like to play these out further. And again, particularly when I have this much downside to work with, pulling back to a 1250 range or so will right now give up the gains that I have in this trade. But let me just show you something that I would consider doing here. So I'd come in and I would add a short call. And as I said, that short call I would probably put up here around the 1400 range or something like that. And then I would add a long call, let's see, buy call, and do that out here somewhere. And I could end up with a trade something like this. I'm reducing my downside risk in this trade. And again, it's quite a ways away. I'm shifting it further away at the same time. Then at the same time, I'm adding a little bit of upside risk, but whatever I'm getting for this trade, so I'm going to sell this for $2,100, buy this back for $1,800. So that's about $300 to $400 difference that I could potentially add into this trade. Again, juicing this trade. If you see this white line here, let's look at my previous. So this is my previous where I'm going to have a maximum of about $900 in profit. Or I could go to this modification, which is going to give me about $1,220 in profit. So right now at this point, as a trader, I need to take a look at this and see, is that something I'm comfortable with? I could come out here and I could even turn this into totally even iron condor if I wanted. I'm not interested in doing that. I don't want to take that upside risk. So the nice thing about option strat is I can come in here, I can play with all these different scenarios that I might have on this trade, think about these different things. And I will tell you, as I'm looking at this, I will say that given the little bit of time that is left on this trade, yeah, I could potentially pick up another $200, $300 if I rode this thing to expiration. But as I'm sitting here doing this, I'm thinking, that's just stupid. Let me go back, close this trade out. I'm going to close this trade out at my 91% profit and call this thing a day. So I'll just come back to my saved trades here, go down to that particular Avgo trade. Here we are right here, April 19th. And I'm going to say close trade. So that's going to close out 91% profit, nothing to sneeze at. But I did want to share that analysis and what a trader might go through and looking at whether or not they want to pick up some extra bucks. Had I done this trade earlier, had I done this trade maybe this time last week, I might have picked up $400 or $500 on it. It might have been more worthwhile. But at this stage of the game, just does not make sense. So going to go ahead and close it. That's it on this one.